Well, ladies and dudes, I promise I will not spoil the ending for all of you. But there's two things you should know about the ending right away. Something I'm very unhappy about. For one reason, they let the cat live. And two, it's about time that Mr. Green Goblin had finally survived in a radar film. Hooray! Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1987. This is my review for today. And today I do have a movie review, ladies and dudes. I gotta tell you the truth right now, ladies and dudes. I'm not a big fan of horror movies. Horror movies are way over 9,000 too scary for my taste. Because of the blood, the gore, and, too much violent stuff. You know, in a radar film, you know, something that will completely scare me to death. That's for sure. But as for this movie, I can finally respect this film. And I'm glad they didn't give me too much bloody and gory stuff in it. But just some here and there. At least this is a very trustworthy movie I can do for a review. And yes, ladies and dudes, this movie is truly based by the classic horror film called Nosferatu. And it's a very good remake to watch. So for my next movie review is Nosferatu, the 2024 version that featured Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp. I hope I got her name right. Yeah, her name is Lily. Or is it Lucy? It's Lily. Okay, I got it. And also, Mr. Green Goblin, aka Will Dafoe. And yeah, I found a couple of fun facts that you should know about this film that nobody had never noticed. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of Nosferatu. If you can handle this movie review or not, even if it's rated R. So, all I can say about the main plot of the story is it's a story about this young lady named Ellen who's having these bad dreams, these visions, and she goes sleepwalking a couple of times where she has to meet this vampire dude that came out of nowhere who's having some lust feelings on her, and he wants to have sex with her for some unknown reason, and also sucking on her blood that represents the heart. Yeah. And yes, it is true, her beloved husband, Thomas, did visit that vampire dude in some ruined castle, and, you know, doing some type of treaty, whatever, to sell the house and all that stuff. And he did make a mistake that he just not sell the house at all. All the vampire wants is his human wife. And yeah, there's going to be a big giant plague going on in Germany at the year of 1838. And Mr. Green Goblin is in it for this film. That's for sure. That's all I can say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about Nosferatu? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I really did enjoy this movie. It is a wild roller coaster ride of a film after all, from start to finish. And this is one of the good films I can trust for the year of 2024, and since I can't find any movies that might be interested for me from the year 2024, the only movies I can trust is Gundam Seed Freedom and The Land of the Saints and Sinners. So overall, those are the only two films I trusted in the year 2024. And now I finally got another movie I can trust. Is this one. This one is pretty darn good and enjoyable. And I'm happy it didn't feature a whole lot of bloodshed. That's for sure. I mean, this is a very good movie to watch. I will say it had a well done storyline. It has very good casting, really good characters, and good cinematography, a very nice score. And I will say my most favorite part I love about this movie is the main climax of the whole entire film from start to finish. One of the best climax movies I have ever seen in my whole entire life that doesn't feature fighting, but something that's very, very darn serious. Something I'm not allowed to spoil. And yes, it has a couple of interesting fun facts to be found in this movie that all of you need to know about right away. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of Nosferatu. I will say for the strongest point of this movie, surprisingly to say, it's the main climax of the movie. I mean, it's perfectly well done and perfectly well spot on. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will admit, there is an oh heck no moment in this movie. But I will let this oh heck no moment slide for once. Because this oh heck no moment is, well, how should I say this? I'm afraid it's gonna happen. Something that will end up in a sad note. That's for sure. Something that'll bring you to a tear to your eye. And something that the main character has to do that needs to be done. So she can finally find a way to save everybody from this evil plague that the vampire dude had done to the city of Germany. That's all I could say about that, but be happy about one thing about the ending, and one thing only. Be happy that Mr. Green Goblin lives. I'm so darn happy about that part. He finally lives in this film. And I really like this epic moment that he did in the climax that was really darn insane, but perfectly well done. That I cannot allow spoil. You'll see that main climax for yourselves, ladies and dudes. It's just way too hard for me to explain. And also, the best part is the cat lives. That's for sure. And now let's go on to the interesting fun facts you should know about this film. Will Dafoe is not the only one who's been featured in the film, but also another actor named Bill, whatever his last name is. These two actors got one thing in common, and that is they both got involved with the John Wick saga. If you know that Bill guy, he's the main villain for John Wick Chapter 4, and also Willem Dafoe got involved with the first film. You know, that supporting role that made my heart break. You know, where he died at around the close near end point in the movie. Something I'm sad about. Also, there's two actors who played the main husbands for the two female leads. Or, well, one female league and the supporting female league. Those two actors who played the husbands, they knew each other in real life, and they knew each other since childhood. I just found a commentary about it. I just listened to it yesterday when I was watching the commentary of Nosferatu. And also, this is the very first film that Johnny Depp's daughter is going to be featured in. Well, let's be happy that the daughter Johnny Depp, at least she's a much better actress, you know, the lead role person who's starting on a life for her acting career. Let's just say she's much better than the actress that we have right now who did Snow White from Snow White. You know, that remake that nobody likes. Something that we all need to forget right away. That's for sure. And yes, ladies and dudes, about Willem Dafoe, this is the second time he got involved with a vampire movie. Since his very first vampire movie is The Shadow of the Empire? No, The Shadow of the Vampire. He did play the main character in the film. That's for sure. And yeah, another good, interesting, fun fact about this film, that this is the third time that Willem Dafoe is going to work with that director dude. The guy who worked on Lighthouse and The Norseman. And also, he reunited with the composer who did the score for The Norseman as well. So overall, there's so many good fun facts to be found in this movie that all of us will be surprised of. So yeah. So I'll give this movie thumbs up with good fun facts to be found. And also, another strange fun fact is that there's going to be a lot of people here and there who are going to trade the animals. The rats and cats. Surprisingly to say. There are going to be some cats here and there and a lot of rats who are going to do a lot of training for the film. Yep, that's pretty darn cool to know since I love animals and I adore animals all the time. Alright, let's go on to the most weakest point in the movie, and I will say, I wish there was one little scene somewhere close to the main climax of the film or anywhere in some other scenes here and there. I just wish there was a part where the vampire dude meets the main female lead's cat. There's not one scene in the movie where he got introduced to the main female lead's cat. Since the cat was mentioned 4 times in the movie and 4 times only. And I would like to know, what does he think about the cat? And I'm happy that the cat has been spared in this movie. So the cat's, like I said, that spoiler, the cat did live. And I'm very happy about that. And I'm very happy that the vampire dude did leave that cat alone and just spare its life. Maybe he's not afraid of cats at all. Maybe he likes them somehow in some ways. Just like he likes the horsies, the wolves, and rats. Maybe he does care about animals in so many ways, so he rather leave them alone. He just wants the human world to die in some ways because of the silly old plague thing. So I wish there was a part in the movie where the vampire dude got to know the female league's cat. The one that was mentioned 4 times in the movie. So that was my only weak point I found with this movie. And now let's go on to the characters. I will go with this female league, Ellen. I hope I got her name right. Ellen. Played by Lucy Rose Depp. I will say she did a pretty darn good job playing with this main character who had a very dark, tragic storyline. She had a good personality, good attitude. I just feel so sorry for this character who had a very tragic life, and overall, I just wish she deserves the Best Actress nomination for the Oscars and the Golden Globes. I really feel bad for her, and well, I feel bad for the actress who never got an Oscar knob or the Golden Globes knob. What the hell are those people thinking about that? So, she's a good character overall. And also, I fell in love with Will Dafoe's performance as this professor dude. I will say they did a pretty good job of giving this guy a storyline from start to finish in a supporting role. He has a great personality, great attitude, and I think Will Dafoe had a really good time playing with this character. And they gave him some really good scenes here and there, but for the third act of the movie. I will say this is my favorite performance and role from Mr. Green Goblin, since he did a well done job with this movie. He deserves an Oscar nod as well. I will have to make it short and quick, and since I gotta get going on my job and all that stuff, so I decided to give this film a 9.5 out of 10. This is a near perfect masterpiece film indeed. And yeah, it'll scare you to death. That's for sure. So anyway, I gotta go, ladies and dudes. I gotta get going on, focusing on my life and all that stuff. And I promise I'll be back for another movie review to come. I swear to that. So I'll see you all later, and sayonara.